Yeah, we're gonna talk about the World Cup and a few other more things, and I think now it's time to dive into the questions.
Oh boy.
Where do you keep your medal?
Currently, I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in my bag because I've still been traveling. But it will probably go into my parents' house because they keep everything. So they'll probably put it in a case or showboat it wherever in their house. How about you?
I have a room in my home in Germany,
Yeah.
and I've got a little showroom with
Yeah.
all the things that I've won in my career, and it has the special place in the room. It's cased and everything.
That's how it
Yeah.
should be.
For me, it would have been somewhere, but you know, my wife and my mother, they love to like put
Put it
things
every-
up.
yeah.
And
Yeah. Same
So-
with mine. Okay.
it's your turn now, no?
Yep. Who was the first person you messaged or called after the final?
The first person I called was my mom,
Oh.
because I think for me it was always, I'm very close to my mom, and I think for her it was the hardest thing. As I said, when I left home with 14, it took me and my dad a while to talk to my mom to let me go, because she was like, no, he's too young and I'm not sure, I don't want to leave him alone in that age and that young age. So the first phone call I made was to my mother, and and then after, of course, father and brother, but they were all together anyway watching the game. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was my first phone call. You had your family there, so
Yeah, I
I
had my-
guess you didn't have to call anyone.
No, I did text my mom afterwards, just saying
Where
how
are
happy.
you?
Yeah, where are you? We got to celebrate. I think my first text was to my coach back home, the coach that trained me my whole life, Eric Boucher. So just telling him how happy I was and that we freaking did it.
Okay, let's see what else we have here. How much did you cry, and what set you off?
Yeah, after we got the trophy, I cried probably 5 different times. I cried on the field with my teammates, and then when I saw my parents in the crowd, cried again. Holding the trophy, cried again. Just many emotional moments. I was a big baby, but
Yeah, but I think you don't realize it really, don't
Yeah.
you? When you win the World Cup, you like, for me it was, I didn't understand what was going on,
yeah,
and then for me it took me a while to understand, because like for me it was, I didn't know what was going on, so
Yeah,
I
so many
didn't
emotions.
cry. I was just, there are so many videos everywhere that I was dancing on the pitch, because for me it was crazy. As I said, I didn't even expect to be there, and then
Yeah.
I was there and we won it, and then after a while I realized, okay, not bad.
Yeah.
The World Cup.
yeah, crazy. Okay, let's see.
But I cry on movies sometimes.
You cry in movies, but not winning the World Cup. Okay, I see how it is. What are the special ingredients a team needs to win the World Cup?
2014, when we played the World Cup in Brazil, it was on all the social media, Instagram and so on. Everyone was saying that every team, every nation have a superstar, but Germany, they have a team.
Yeah,
And that's why we won it. And I think actually it was like that, because there was no one in the team who was the superstar, and the rest were just like players for Germany.
yeah,
We were one team. We fought for each other. We had, as I said, with the camp that we had, we felt like a family. And there was people that played a lot, people that didn't play, all the stuff around. So we were just a team, and that's why we had like the name Die Mannschaft, the team.
I see.
And I think that was the most important, to stay together before World Cup, and then even in the World Cup and after the World Cup. We always stayed very close, and we had very good relationship between each other.
Yeah,
We didn't have you play for this team, I play for this team, we don't like each other. It was, as soon as we came to the national team, we were one team, and it worked very well together. So I think for us that was the big point.
yeah. Yeah, I think that was very similar with us. Like our locker room was the best that it's ever been with our national team, which can be very hard because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
There's so much noise outside of just our team. And I agree, our pre-camp was the best thing for us and made us come together so much closer, but no one got caught up with all the outside noise, which is, the U.S. has so much social media and press, and a lot of people were trying to kind of bring our team down because we were kind of in the limelight, because the U.S. women are always there. But I think we all kind of stayed grounded with, a lot of superstars on our team, but everyone was, playing for the team. Yeah, it was really cool.
Did you have like activities? Like, did you do activities to bring the team
Yeah.
together? Like for us, we do it with Arsenal as well, but we did it with Germany as well. Like where you have activities,
Like a team
challenging,
bonding. Yeah. We did a few, but they're really strange. Like we did alpacas.
Yeah.
They're like the llamas,
Yeah.
whatever. We went on an alpaca walk when we were in London. It was the most random thing. It was so fun. We just walked around with llamas, and it was.
And what was the point of this?
There's no point. Like it was just like wild. We walked around with alpacas as a team, and it was so fun, but so weird at the same time. So it was just like little things like that. Strange. That's our team bonding. Okay. How did you celebrate winning the World Cup?
Straight after the World Cup, I was, as I said, there are a few videos on YouTube and everywhere where I'm just dancing crazy with Pierre, Pierre as well, Mertesacker. The good thing is I don't drink. I've never tried alcohol, so I remember everything what happened. And,
so you're the only one that remembers.
Yeah, it was quite funny. Then after, when we came back to Germany and Berlin, it was crazy how many people
showed up. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Did you have a parade?
Yeah, we had a parade, and
it's so cool.
There was like 500,000 people waiting for us at one point, and singing and dancing, and it was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
That's amazing.
You did the parade as well, right?
Yeah, we flew straight from France to New York, had our parade, which was over 1 million people. Never experienced anything like that. So unreal. And then flew straight from the parade here to LA for the ESPYs and celebrated more. We haven't stopped celebrating, so but really cool, the support that we've gotten here.
One funny thing is, when after the World Cup, I had my holidays in Switzerland, and in Zurich there's the UEFA museum, and they heard that I was there, so I went to see the museum, and they showed me the World Cup trophy again. Yeah. And I was there with my wife. My wife was pregnant, so I wanted to give her the trophy. But you know that people are like, no one is allowed to touch it, only the people that won it.
Seriously?
Yeah. I wanted to give the trophy to my wife, and they said, no, please, no one can touch it, only the people that won it.
No way.
Yeah.
It must be just the Men's World Cup.
I don't know. I didn't know it, but I was in the museum, and they had to go down in the, I don't know from where they took it, but it was the original trophy.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's
they bring
crazy.
it up and they give it to you, and you can do whatever you want, but only
if you've won it.
If you've won it. So that made me think that this is a really special trophy.
Then you started to cry. Okay.
Is there left? Yes.
Got a few left. Who's the first person you thought of after you won the World Cup?
The first person I thought of was my grandfather, because I had a really good relationship to him. I was very close to him. My father was working from Monday to Friday. He was not at home, so he was working always in different cities. So he was like a father to me, my grandfather, and he only died like 2.5 years before the World Cup. So it was my first thinking, because I was sad that he was not there to see all of this, because he died when everything started with me, where I started to become a professional football player. So I was quite sad that he didn't make it to see it, but that was my first thinking.
Oh, it's crazy.
The coach that you texted.
No, actually, it's funny you said your grandfather. Both my grandparents, my grandma and my grandfather, they passed away 6 months before the World Cup.
Oh.
Together. It was.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. It was kind of a love story because they passed away together. But I really wanted them to be able to watch me play in the World Cup, so it was really hard being there and not being able to have them watch. But so right after the final whistle, I think obviously my parents and everyone was there, and I was just thinking about my grandparents and knowing they wanted to be there, but it happened. Okay. When you think of what you go through to make a career, how proud do you feel of your achievements?
Yeah, I feel very proud because I think there's a lot of things people don't see. Most of the time they see the end product, which is the game, the 90 minutes you play, but they don't see all of what you sacrifice to become what you want to become. And for me, I feel very proud because there were so many times in my career where I just thought of giving up and not playing anymore, especially when after I moved to England and it didn't work out and you are in a different country and you have teammates, but they're not like friends, like the friends you had at home. You were a little bit like alone. For me, there were so many times where I wanted to give up, but then I thought it's easier to give up than to continue. And I grew up in a very small city in Germany, where the closest club for the Bundesliga, for the first league, is like 200 miles away. So I knew that I grew up in a little of nowhere, and I had the chance to become a football player, and that made me never give up, really. And then obviously my grandfather and my parents and everyone, and I was kind of scared to go back home because they were so happy for me and they were expecting so much from me that I didn't want to go home and make them sad. So I just kept going, and I think that was a few times very, very hard time for me. So I'm very proud of it.
That's great.
I guess you had the same a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think it is very similar. I think I went through a lot. I think my time at France was very difficult at moments, like you probably know, just being away from home and your family. And, I sacrificed, obviously not going to a university, which is so common in the US, especially for women. So it was kind of a lot that I gave up to pursue my dreams. But I'm very proud of everything that's been done. I still feel like I'm very young and I have a lot more to do, so I don't want to settle or be content with where I'm at, and know that there's so much more to come, and hopefully I get those opportunities.
But now you have to enjoy the
World Cup. I know. I know, we got season.
You have to enjoy it a little bit because now it's 5 years gone, and
I know.
I feel like I never enjoyed it as I should.
Yeah.
So enjoy the World Cup, and then after there's a lot more to come, I'm sure.
Right.
That's the last one. We have both scored goals in major international tournaments. How much of a buzz was that?
Oof. Sometimes I feel like I enjoy giving an assist more than a goal. So my favorite part of the World Cup was when I assisted Alex on her goal in the semifinal. I've never been so happy in my life that she scored that goal. Obviously, it's amazing when you score a goal, but I get so much satisfaction feeding someone else a ball. So I think that's where I was like celebrating by myself over by our bench, and finally went over to Alex to give her a hug. But yeah, I think that's.
So you assist more. You like to assist more than scoring.
It's hard. I think it's like so underrated, that feeling that you get, when you give someone else a.
I think you should talk with Mesut about that, because he loves giving assists as well.
Really?
Even if the goal is empty, he would look who's next to him to give the ball to put it in. So I think cool. I have to talk to him as well if he has the same feeling, because I love scoring.
Yeah, no,
I'm so most of the time we are just defending and we are in the back, and you're so far away from scoring a goal. But then when it comes
so
to
it's
corners
different,
and free kicks, it's just like, oh, this is my opportunity in 90 minutes. One corner, please.
So what's the best goal you've ever scored? Or your most favorite?
There are a few, but I think I scored in the North London derby.
Yeah.
I just came back from the injury. That was my first game back from injury, and then I scored the 1-0 in the North London derby. And
I was so happy.
It's,
It's the
people
best
are
feeling.
crazy about it. So
Yeah.
it was, the stadium was on fire. So
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed that. Well, we finished all the questions. It was really nice to hear a little bit about you and your career. And it was a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you all the best. As I said before, enjoy the moment,
try.
because it is something very special that you achieved, and I hope no injuries, and you continue winning.
Oh, well, thank you very much.